The Michigan State Senate has passed a bill that would reduce the planned pay increase for tipped workers.
News 8's Kyle Mitchell is in studio now with reaction from local restaurants and servers. Kyle?
Sue, the minimum wage for tipped workers would gradually increase over the next 6 years. It would be capped at 50% of the minimum wage. The change is being considered a compromise after workers in the industry raised concerns. Inside the Peppermill Cafe in Standale,
You want jelly? We have strawberry, blackberry, grape.
word of a new compromise on Michigan's minimum wage increase for tipped workers is welcome news for the staff.
They care. They tried to do a compromise, and I'm really glad that they did a compromise because we were afraid that we weren't going to have a job in time.
Servers were also concerned that an increase in the state's minimum wage for tipped workers would mean customers wouldn't be as generous with tips, and that would mean less income.
I was worried it was going to close, yes. And yeah, I was worried that tip culture was going to be starting to be taken away too, yeah.
They opposed a move that would have made the minimum wage the same for tipped workers like it is for other workers over time.
Been doing this for 17 years. It's really provided comfort for us financially.
One Fair Wage, the group behind the original plan, is calling on the governor to not sign the bill. They say it will, quote, strip money from the pockets of Michigan's lowest paid workers.
The compromise is a huge step forward.
Chris Andrus, the co-owner and co-founder of the Minton Brewing Company in Grand Rapids, has been part of West Michigan Hospitality United, a group advocating for the decision to be overturned.
And then I'm just grateful that both sides heard the voices of Michigan workers and prioritized them above special interest groups from out of state.
He was worried the change would force him to increase prices as the industry is already dealing with inflation and higher food costs. Andrus says it appeared the issue had reached a stalemate.
It can be frustrating for the people who desperately need an answer on a deadline that is coming up rapidly. But we held out hope that cooler heads would prevail and that both chambers could come together.
The minimum wage for tipped workers will remain at 38% of the state's minimum wage under this new plan for the rest of this year. Brian.